Uh-oh. Hmm. Well, I guess. So you can't talk to them. Oh, no. I would just use the laptop. So, problem is, you can't talk to any of the people. Get them, tell them when they're coming in and find out who's online and all that. So. Yeah. 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 Huh. Well, I guess I see about that. So in case. But I don't. Yeah, I know. But I always talk on my laptop, so I don't know why the microphone on the computer won't work. I mean, they nix that and put the. Can't hear them. Hmm. 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 Yeah, there's still 22 people in the waiting room. So, okay. Mhm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully they can. Yeah, that's for sure. Yep. Okay. I guess I could. I guess I could make an. Yeah. I can make an announcement and say we're delayed. Go do what now? Okay. How do you do admit all? Do you just type it? Um, um, Participants 23. Invite. No. Is it under? Is it under more? Let's see. No, that's just live stream stuff. Let me expand it to full size. No, it's 22. 22 people in the waiting room view, but there's no admit up there. All right. Waiting room, admit all. Okay. And tell them we're delayed. Okay. Okay, that sounds good. I'll tell him 9:45 then. All right. Okay, bye-bye. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I've just
Good morning.
admitted all of you to let you know that we're going to be late about 45 minutes this morning because of the weather. Savannah is tied up with her daughter at school, and she wanted to do this by remotely, but she doesn't have a headset that will work with her system. And we've tried a lot of different things, and so she's going to be able to come into the office, but will be delayed till 9:45. I just wanted to let everyone know that. If you don't want to stay on right now, you can be readmitted at 9:45. And I'll leave this on in case anyone wants to just stay on. But just wanted to let you know the wait's going to be a little bit longer than expected. And we'll be able to start court about 9:45.
Okay, thank you for letting us know. We appreciate it.
I'm just
Thank you, Your Honor.
sorry for the difficulty.
Thank you.
You can understand with weather and Zoom nowadays, unfortunately, this may be a part of our future. So, anyway, we'll visit with you shortly. I'm going to let's see.
There's a bunch of us all waiting.
Yeah, I'm going to mute everyone, and I'll be back in looks like about half an hour, about 25 minutes. Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, can I ask you a quick question? Can you give us the docket order?
The
Judge is talking to us.
actually, hold on. I cannot. I won't be able to do that right now. I will be able to do that at 9:45.
The reason I'm asking is because I need to run my daughter to school, and so she's supposed to be there at 10 o'clock. I just didn't know if maybe you could stick me at the end of the docket, and that way I didn't hold anybody up.
Let's see. Tell me your name, and I'll do that.
Yeah, that's going to be for the WPG Estate Trust versus Christopher Pena and Kimberly Trent. Two separate cases.
Okay, can you re-forward me the Zoom stuff?
Yeah, that'll be no problem.
WG what?
So pretty much.
The WPG Estate Trust. Both of them are the WPG Estate Trust.
Hold on just a second.
One of them is for a property with Christopher Pena, and the other one is for a property with Kimberly Trent.
Okay, and Kimberly Trent.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll be sure and put you at the back then.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you. And I'll join all of you shortly.
Hey, Keith, just a heads up, your mic is unmuted.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm going to mute all at this time now. Okay, so we'll get on here and do this. Okay, let me know. I'll leave the door open here to see.
Good morning, everybody. This is Savannah with Judge Cancino's office. I do apologize for the delay this morning, but I do thank you all for your patience, and we are going to get through this as quickly as we can. What I'm going to do is move everyone to the waiting room unless you're calling on a phone. If you're calling on a phone, I'm going to speak with you and get your name and everything. Ebony, I do have you checked in. Just before I move everybody over, let me just make sure everyone knows that I've got them on here. All right, so Ebony, I've got you checked in. And Sarah Burns, what property are you with?
Bentwood Apartments.
Bentwood, okay. And you've got Israel Ortiz today?
Yes.
Is that the only one?
Yes.
Okay. Jay Vargas? Okay, let me see. Joshua Eric Hayes? Can you
Yes,
hear me?
ma'am. I can hear you.
All right, I've got you checked in with Lubbock Properties. Okay? And you'll just remain on mute, and I'll move you back over to the waiting room in a minute until it's time to hear your case, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And Keith Thompson, I do have you on, and you will be first here in a moment since you are an attorney representing, okay?
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Just hold for me a second, okay?
Okay.
And Travis Lane, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm waiting on the host to let me in.
Are you a tenant or are you a representing a property?
I represent a property,
Okay. Which one?
the Ranch Apartments.
The ranch? Okay, perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and all right, so I've got you checked in. All right, so everyone that I have checked in except Keith Thompson, I'm going to go ahead and move you back over to the waiting room. Okay.
Hey, were you able to get on the Zoom?
Okay. Phone number ending in 936. Can you hear me?
What was that phone number?
936. I believe that's you. What is your name?
My name is Latricia Rhodes.
Oh, you're with DeBrain Roads also, correct?
Yes.
The same okay. All right. All right, give me just a second. Okay, and Latricia, I'm gonna go ahead and move you back over to the waiting room, but I do have you checked in for court. You just hold and we'll get through this as quickly as we can, okay?
All right.
Thank you. All right, phone number ending in 631.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can I have your name, please?
Daisy Aluch.
Okay, your case was actually dismissed, Daisy.
It was?
Yeah, Thrive sent over a dismissal for you.
All
I guess
right, thank you. I
either paid up
appreciate
or made
that.
arrangements with them, so you're fine.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I'll go ahead and remove you from the meeting, but thank you for joining today.
All right. Have a good day.
Okay, phone number ending in 226.
That's me.
Okay, can I have your name, please?
Israel Ortiz.
Ortiz, okay. All right, Israel, I do have you checked in for court. I'm just going to put you back over in the waiting room until it's time to hear your case, okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Phone number ending in 139. Amy Jarrett, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Okay, what property are you with?
I'm at the ranch.
The ranch?
Yes.
Okay, I thought I already had someone else checked in for the ranch.
Yeah, it's Travis. He's on as well.
Okay, so we got two. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I've got you checked in. I'm just going to put you back over in the waiting room, okay? Phone number ending in 139. Phone number ending in 139. Can you hear me? Phone number ending in 300. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Can I have your name, please?
Lisa from Thrive.
Lisa
Watson.
Oh, Thrive. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for a last name. Okay, I've got you checked in, Lisa. I'm just going to put you back over in the waiting room, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Jay Vargas, can you hear me? Phone number ending in 139. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes. What is your name?
Savannah.
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry? Can you hear me?
Yes. What is your name?
Mercedes Martinez.
Mercedes Martinez. Would it be under another name?
No, it's for Mercedes Martinez. We scheduled we had court last month, but we rescheduled for this month, for the 12th. For the Toledo
yours
apartment.
was for the CDC?
Yes.
Okay. That got, the CDC declaration and moratorium got extended till January 31st. So I'm going to send you a new court date. So you won't actually have to appear today.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hold on, Judge. I've got a few more. Okay.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
just one moment, please.
Hello?
Yes, one
Yes.
moment, please.
Hello?
Paul Garrett, I do have you checked in. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. And Paul, you've got Christian Pena today.
And do I have Kimberly Trent as well?
No, this is Angelina Deanda.
Okay, ma'am, please wait.
Okay.
I do not have a Kimberly Trent. I have Chris Pena, and then I have the other one for Ricky Malone, but I still need you to come sign that one.
Right. I knew we had Chris Pena. Okay, well, I'll come and talk to you.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna put you in the waiting room, okay?
Thank you, Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
Savannah, this is Gabriel Ortiz.
And Bryce Thompson,
Yes,
I've got you checked in, so I'm gonna put you over in the waiting room.
thank you.
Okay, and Shailika Lawson, yours is actually going to be next week on the 19th.
Okay.
Your
So
paperwork
do
should
I
have said
just
the 19th, unless he gave you the wrong
okay?
one.
It says the 12th. Do I just sign back in the same time?
Yes, ma'am. Same exact thing, but we'll
Okay.
do 9 o'clock next week, Lord
9.
willing.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. April Moss, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What property are you with?
Anatole at City View. Or it might be the Havens at City View. Is probably
Oh,
how y'all
okay.
have
I
it.
was like, wait, what? I don't know that one. For Latricia and DeBrain Roads?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. And Keith Thompson, that's the one you're representing also, correct?
Correct. She's one of my witnesses.
Oh, okay. All right. Perfect. I will. Okay. And April, I'm going to put you back over in the waiting room until it's time to hear your statement, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Brent Phillips, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what property are you with?
Corsano or Linwood Townhomes.
For Linwood? Okay. Are you representing Linwood or
I'm
is there someone else that may be on the lease with you?
Catherine Murbach is the other leasee. Like we're the people being evicted.
Okay. Is this your first hearing?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't have you on here.
They had put in a continuance originally,
Mm-hmm.
or not a continuance, dismissal, and then they reapplied, and so I don't know if the case is been moved or not. We didn't get any communication about that yesterday.
Okay. Okay, let me put you in the waiting room. I don't want to remove you from the meeting until I know for sure what's going on with this one, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Catherine Phillips, can you hear me? Catherine Phillips, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now. What property are you with today?
I'm Brent's wife. Burbach was my unmarried name.
Okay, the gentleman I was just speaking with?
Yes.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, I'm going to put you back over in the waiting room too. I want you guys to hold on for a minute.
All right, thank you.
Jay Vargas, can you hear me? Jay Vargas, can you hear me? Jay Vargas, can you hear me? Okay, phone Phone number ending in 313. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, can I have your name, please?
Julie Freeman.
Johnny Freeman?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I've got you checked in for court. I'm going to put you in the waiting room and you'll just remain there until it's time to hear your case, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Phone number ending in 943. Phone number ending in 943. Can you hear me? Hello? Phone number ending in 943. Can you hear me? I can hear your background noise right now. Can you hear me? Phone number ending in 124. Can you hear me? Phone number ending in 124. Can you hear me?
Is that me?
Yes.
Okay.
What is your name, please?
Angelina Rose DeAnda.
Okay. All right, I've got you checked in for court. I'm going to put you in the waiting room and you'll remain there until it's time to hear your case, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Phone number ending in 480. Phone number ending in 480. Okay, anyone with the remaining phone number that I have not gotten your name yet, you're going to have about 3 minutes to answer. I will remove you from the meeting.
Ms. Borum,
Yes.
this is Keith Thompson. On my other case,
Uh-huh.
there is a Carrie Koenig with a phone number ended in 9936. She has attempted to be waiting. I don't know if you see her or not, but if you do see a 9936, she is on my District West case that would be my hope we do after we do the one with the roads that we have
Okay.
already all talked to everybody. So 9936.
The only three I have is 132, 943, and 480. So you might want to get in touch with her and see before I lock the meeting if she needs to get in.
Okay, and would it be best for her to go ahead and get in and be put in the waiting room and wait on our
Yes.
turn?
Yes.
Okay, I will tell her that. It'll take 2 seconds.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Savannah, this is Gabriel.
Gabriel Ortiz?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
7132, last number.
All right. Okay, I do have you checked in for court. I'm going to put you in the waiting room and you'll remain there until it's time to hear your case. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Phone number ending in 132. Jay Vargas, can you hear me?
That 132 is Gabriel Ortiz.
132 is Gabriel Ortiz?
Yes. Last number is 7132.
I'll let him know, so just hold up in here to make sure I get you in. Ms. Borum?
Okay, 1 second, Mr. Thompson, just one.
Certainly.
No, you're fine. Okay, Gabriel Ortiz?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you on 2 different phones?
No, ma'am. I'm just my company phone is the number I wrote down on my petition, but
Okay.
I'm on just 7132.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna put you in the waiting room.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, phone number ending in 480. phone number ending in 480.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, can I have your name, please?
DeBran Rose.
Rhodes, okay. All right, I'm going to put you over in the waiting room and you'll remain there until it's time to hear your case, okay? Jay Vargas, can you hear me? Jay Vargas, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? If you can hear me, can I please have your name?
Jay Vargas.
Jay Vargas. And what property are you with? Oh, I found you with the ranch. Okay, I'm going to put you over in the waiting room and you'll remain there until it's time to hear your case. Hello, this is Savannah with JP4. Can you hear me? Okay, Mr. Thompson, is she able to call in?
Yes, you should be looking for Carrie, District West, 9936. She says she's in the waiting room.
Yes, I've already got her in.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Then we're good. I'm going to hang up with her and she'll just be following along through the process. Thank you.
I am locking the meeting. Bam, done. Okay. All right, Judge. So Mr. Thompson has two cases that he's representing today.
Okay.
Case 389 and 390. Which one would you like to do first, Mr. Thompson?
Let's just do the one with the roads.
Okay.
Which is
DeBrain and Latricia.
Correct, 389.
Okay, let me bring them over. Okay, and do you have anyone else besides them that needs to be here for this case?
As you know, April Moss is on the phone, and I have Miss Reed with me, who is the actual property manager. She's sitting right here in my office along with me. And then we have Miss Moss on the phone. So I'm going to kind of adjust that so we can both be seen.
Okay.
And then I'll be kind of back here to the side. Our Judge, however you want, I can move it as we talk, whatever makes sense.
Okay.
And I will bring April Moss over. And so the Havens at City View, I could have swore there was someone in that checked in for them. Let me see if this was it. Mm-mm.
That should be everybody.
There was someone else that was for Havens. Because she said, and are you representing the tenants or the landlords, Mr. Thompson?
I am here along with, or on behalf of the landlords.
Okay, perfect. All right. Mr. Rhodes and Mrs. Rhodes, I do have you both in this meeting.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
just make sure you don't speak over each other and keep your background noise to non-existent. That way it doesn't interrupt anyone else, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Judge, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. If the roads, let's see, Keith, do you have anyone testifying in this case?
Yes, sir. I intend to utilize both Miss Moss and Miss Reed. So both April, who's online, and Miss Reed, who's there with me. And I would be testifying to attorney's fees.
I see. Okay. Well, then we'll have everyone raise your right hand, please. This morning. You solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
I do.
Okay. Thank you. Then, Mr. Thompson, go ahead and tell me about this case.
Your Honor, the matter was filed 11/30 of 2020, and the essence of this effort to evict is due to a violation of the tenant's lease, specifically 32.1 of the Texas Apartment Association lease regarding criminal conduct on the property on behalf of and caused by the tenants. Now, that matter is inclusive in our pleadings, which would have included both the TAA lease and a Lubbock Police Department report relating to the events occurring on 10/31/2020, which was a domestic dispute between the tenants that involved basically several different things: an assault, a deadly weapon, the discharge of the deadly weapon, the arrest of Miss Letitia Rhodes, and her ongoing case that is pending. Now, as a footnote, and before we go into those details, from a CARES Act standpoint, which I know now has been replaced, but I just want to briefly cover that. This property is not in forbearance, nor have we seen from either of the tenants a CARES Act affidavit. And further, Judge, in regards to CDC guidance, we have not seen an affidavit from either party. And furthermore, we believe that CDC and their intent was to address rent-related matters. Both I have researched the issue, and the reason why Ms. Moss is a part of the process is that she is a portfolio manager. She has diligently researched the issue because nobody here wants to violate CDC guidelines, but it's our understanding that CDC guidelines do not prevent the eviction for a criminal act or for the violation of the lease for criminal conduct, which is again 32.1 of the TAA lease. That was a part of what we filed, and the court can find that on page, I believe it was page 5 of the TAA lease. And so, Judge, knowing that that is the case and knowing that that is the direction we intend to go from an evidentiary standpoint, we believe we have the correct legal predicate involved to proceed to then explore the factual side of this, the criminal side of this, and establish that these tenants violated the TAA lease, again, with the understanding that the CARES Act and CDC do not prevent us from pursuing an eviction in that regard.
Okay, thank you. So we are looking at the eviction of Drain Roads and Patricia Roads at 4510 Ironton Avenue, Unit 8, number 206. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now I'll pause and hear from the Roads. If you'll speak one at a time, please. I start with the brain. You have a defense. Mr. DeBrain Rhodes?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Do you have a defense this morning?
No, sir. I just have one testimony to say, Your Honor, and that's it.
You testify at this point in time, then, having been sworn in.
May I speak, Your Honor?
Yes, you may speak.
Your Honor, I laid up there when this incident happened. I was warned from the landlord, like in a week, that I have 2 days just to get out the apartment. I have a very luxury apartment. I have no problem getting out, Your Honor. And I finally moved everything I have. Whatever I owe, Your Honor, I will pay. Only thing I'm trying to do is move on with my life. That's all I just want to move on with my life. I ain't trying to cause none of this here that would happen today. I told her, the only thing I do the proper procedure in the court procedure, ma'am, and I'll pay whatever I owe. If I got to sell my old school cars, I don't care. I just tired of her just harassing me. I never disagreed not to move out the apartment or nothing. I could not move 2 bedrooms of furniture. My wife in jail, taking care of my mother-in-law, and I'm only on unemployment. So now my unemployment just kicked in. Whatever I have to do, y'all, I will pay this debt. Only thing I want to do is move on with my life to date, and that's all I want, Your Honor. My wife have to testify nothing and this and that. That's all I asked today, to give me time to move out the apartment. To me, looked like she wanted all my furniture out my apartment, 'cause I have a very luxury apartment. Nobody could move no furniture in 2 days. I mean, hardwood furniture and everything. That's all I asked. If I say, ma'am, I will pay the $2,500 I owe. I ain't got no problem. Just give me time to get out the apartment. That's it. I don't have no family members, nobody out here. Nothing. I ain't trying to reminisce in my past or anything, Your Honor. Only thing I want to do is move on with my life. That's it.
Okay, thank you, sir. And Miss Latricia Rhodes, do you have a defense this morning?
Yes, I do. This incident with the weapon and everything that's being discharged like that, the landlord could have aborted that. I have proof for that. I was on 2 leases at the time. I begged her to take me off the lease. She refused to take me off the lease. I was on the lease over there with my husband, and I was on the lease on 85th. She told me, I am not going to take you off of the lease. Why this lady wouldn't take me off the lease, I don't know. I didn't think it was fair to me, but the apartment complex that I did live at, they went ahead and gave me a place to stay. A bunch of this stuff could have been avoided, but no, the property manager over there, she would not take me off the lease, so I feel like it's her fault.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to go back to Mr. Thompson to just for some clarification on what exactly occurred here. Is this a divorce situation between the Rhodes? What is?
Your Honor, yes, sir. For clarification, both DeBrain Rhodes and Latricia Rhodes are tenants on the currently applicable TAA lease with this plaintiff. The event in question occurred on 10/31/2020. There was a domestic event involving DeBrain and Latricia Rhodes. I'm really not sure how in any way Miss Rhodes' presence on the lease had anything to do with the 2 of them involving themselves in what turned into a physical altercation with Miss Rhodes discharging a firearm on, around, or at or near Mr. Rhodes. So I understand Mr. Rhodes' position, that he has willing to move out and move on. As I said, we included the Lubbock Police Department report. Miss Rhodes is actually, her case will be presented to the Lubbock County Grand Jury today for formal charges against her. She is currently actively on bond for these events. The aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I really don't know how her being a tenant anywhere else or being on a lease anywhere else would alter the fact that she has applied and signed a lease with this landlord, is financially obligated to this landlord. And if she chose to be on 2 leases, that's her choice. But we have a legal duty to remove her as a tenant through this process. And we have the right to hold her financially responsible to the Havens at City View Development LP, the plaintiff herein, for unpaid rent and the attorney's fees resulting from this process. If there's anything else that the court, I believe it's clear from both witnesses on the road side that this event did occur. And we can go into those details, but that may be simply wasting the court's time. There was a domestic incident on 10/31/2020 that did violate the lease, and Miss Rhodes was arrested for that and is currently facing criminal charges for that. And quite frankly, there's a protective order in place right now preventing her from being around Mr. Rhodes. So I believe Mr. Rhodes is probably as good a witness as anybody that these events did occur. And again, I don't see a connection to another lease, regardless of if that is the case or not.
Right.
She is on our lease and we need her on.
Okay, thank you. And let me know what is the monthly rent amount?
Your Honor, I
Who
can,
you
I
talking
can
to?
summarize it this way. Currently outstanding, the monthly rent is $841.50. Currently outstanding is $3414.72. And actually, I'm sorry, Your Honor, the rent is $990, and then there was a version of that is their responsibility. But in total, the unpaid rent is $3414.72 by these tenants, and we have asked for $1,500 in attorney's fees to pursue this matter to completion. And that is 5 hours of my time at $300.
Okay, and that is $990 is the monthly rental amount. Is that correct?
Correct.
And the 3,414 is the outstanding balance.
Yes, sir. That is the total accumulation of rent and unpaid other miscellaneous rental related charges.
And you are seeking the
Yes, sir.
$1,500 in attorney's fees.
Yes, sir.
All right. Having heard this and seeing the evidence presented, I am proceeding with the eviction, and the judgment will be for the $3,414.72 plus $1,500 of attorney's fees, and bond is set at $990. And this eviction is being signed today, January 12th, 2021.
Your Honor, we will prepare an order inclusive of those attorney's fees and submit it to your office before the lunch hour. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So, Your Honor, I have to get out today, right?
Yes, you have to get out today. You technically have 5 days to file an appeal. So you must actually be out within 5 days.
All right, then. That's all I need to know, Your Honor. That's all I ever wanted to know right there. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. And with that, we are done this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson.
Okay. HSCC copy and we'll get it signed. Okay. If he doesn't move out in 5 days, let us know. We'll do the red. You know, you just will work together. Yeah. If you can do one, I don't like to charge for something you know how to do. Okay. So if you want to do the red, let me know. But we'll just let the 5 days rock off. We'll make sure. Your Honor, I'm going to mute for a second, talk to my client, and be prepared for the next one.
We're having a few technical difficulties here, unfortunately. So
no problem.
We'll keep you in. Try to keep you in.
Thank you, sir.
That's one thing. It's another. Are we looking at this 390?
Yeah, who is
I don't know. Yeah.
Open that.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Anna Zavala. Yeah.
She wasn't here.
Oh, okay. Good.
Sharon Chicken.
Okay. Well, that's good. Maybe we'll make some headway then.
He's muted. I'm going to do this one. Hello, this is Savannah with JP4. Can you hear me? Not you, Mr. Thompson.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, can I have your name, please?
The Phillip Properties, and I'm Marie Langston.
Okay, I do have you checked in for court. I just want you to remain on hold. Okay, I'm going to put you in the waiting room and you'll just remain there until it's time to hear your case, okay?
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's representing. Also. Okay. Yeah, so whenever he's ready, we'll move on with this case, and then I'll get him out of here, and then everything else is going to go in order because those cases either like they were technically DWAPs, but it was when I was gone, and
Your Honor, I had a question for you. You're muted.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Your Honor, really just a request to speak freely without on the record and not as a part of our next case. Here's my situation. And my tenant's not here. So I'm not trying to ex parte. I'm actually really just trying to shake this thing out when we consider CARES Act and CDC and all the things that have gone on.
Okay.
This tenant did in fact submit historically back when the CARES Act was going on a CARES Act affidavit. She did that. We acknowledge that. That's in our pleadings.
Okay.
Under the CARES Act, we were not applicable because we do, my client's not in forbearance. So under CARES Act, we were prepared to proceed under the theory that we're not in forbearance, so therefore her obligation to pay still existed. This one, Your Honor, is purely about payment. Now, here's my question. As I looked at the CDC guidance and the new version and the law that talks about quarantine, we've seen nothing from this tenant indicating a CDC-based affidavit, like I need to quarantine or I need to have my property. I was curious if the court has had any information provided to it. And I'm just trying to be fair to this party, whether she's here or not, and I don't want to violate the law. She has not provided an affidavit in the recent months when the CDC guidance came out. Her affidavit predated CDC guidance and was related to CARES Act. And so we're prepared to proceed, and I would put evidence on that she did not do a affidavit related to the CDC guidance. But I was just wanting to just kind of really just talk with you about how you perceive that and what you might consider the appropriate way to proceed knowing that scenario. And our pleadings lay all that out, but I just kind of wanted to talk with you about that.
Okay, no, that's fine. If you'll give me just one moment, let me check and see if anything was filed with the court here. Hold on just a moment.
Certainly, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, can't do it on that. Okay. Can I unmute him?
Yeah, just start talking. He'll hear you.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes. No CDC declaration has been filed by the defendant. And so at this point in time, we can simply proceed as we would normally with the eviction process. Obviously, the way it works is if one is filed before the appeal period is up, then obviously we would have to have another hearing on it. But if none is filed in the meantime, then the eviction would hold up as is.
Okay, then when you're ready, we'll bring in Carrie District West. She is my property manager. She'll provide testimony on the actual file, if you would, and we'll proceed whenever you're ready.
Okay, we can proceed with that now.
Okay, thank you. All right, the court's gonna add you.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. My name is Lance Consino. I'm Justice of the Peace in Precinct 4. And were you sworn in earlier?
I was not.
You were not. Okay. If you'll raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Then we are looking at the case of District West Apartments versus Anna Zavala. And will you tell me the reason for the eviction?
Non-payment.
Non-payment. And what is the monthly rent?
Her monthly rent is $635 per month.
Okay. And how much in back rent are you seeking?
Your Honor, at the time of the pleadings, it was $5,164.37. That was in November. So we would have added 1 month, I believe, and some charges carry from then. Is that correct?
Yes.
So is that 5,136? That is rent alone up till November or up through November?
Yes, sir. That is rent through the date of filing, which we filed everything on 11/30. And so that only other additional amount would have been one more rent month. Is that correct, Carrie?
Yes.
Okay, if you will add that up for me so I don't miss the math on that. 635 added to the 5136, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Let me just do that real quick. We'll do 51. It was 5164.37. 5164.37
Okay,
plus 650
635.
is
635.
okay. Let me do it again. 5164.37 plus 635. Your Honor, that total $5,799.37.
Okay, 5,799.37. I am setting bond at $635. And the
Your
judge,
Honor, we had.
go ahead, sir.
I didn't want to interrupt you, Judge, but we'd also pled for $1,500 in attorney fees on this one also.
I see. Okay.
Again, 5 hours of my time at $300 an hour.
Okay. And the judgment will be for $57.99.37 plus the $1,500 of attorney's fees. Bond is set at $635, and that's signed today, January 12th, 2021.
Okay, there we are. And Judge, in the same vein, we'll present the order with the attorney's fees included in those amounts and have that to you before lunch.
That will be good.
Thank you, sir.
And just finish writing out the paperwork here, and we are finished this morning.
All right.
Thank
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you, and you too.
All right.
Still not able to get it going.
But I can't do anything without my docket in front of me because I've got all my notes on it. So, let's do Sarah with Bentwood Apartments and Mr. Ortiz.
And what?
336. Mr. Ortiz, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and Ms. Burns, I've got you on the line too. Hi. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and proceed with this case, Israel Ortiz, Bentwood Apartments eviction, and I'll let the judge proceed from here.
Yes, Ms. Burns, you're seeking the eviction of Israel Ortiz and Cassandra Jimenez.
That's correct.
And on what grounds are you seeking this eviction?
Past due rent.
Past due rent. I'm showing a monthly rental amount of $650. Is that correct?
Yes.
And how much is it that you are seeking?
Current past due rent is now $7,800.
$7,800. Okay. Mr. Ortiz, do you have a defense this morning?
At the moment, I really don't think I do. I had lost my job in December before all of COVID started. But then I had found another job doing, renovating houses with, that my friend had gave me a job. But once everybody started, I guess they started not working as much. They couldn't really afford to renovate the houses. So I really couldn't, I tried to, I really couldn't pay, which, obviously which I know that's bad on my part. I barely, pretty much would barely have enough to just pay the light and my phone. And that's pretty much all the money I had. And that's probably, that's my defense, but I am gonna pay everything that I owe.
I see. And there has not been any direct involvement of COVID in your situation. You haven't yourself or your family members had COVID, have you?
Yes, my whole family has, actually.
You have?
My parents, my little brother and sister, and then my big sister also had it.
Did you have it?
No, sir. At one point they thought I did, but I didn't think I did because I wasn't experiencing any type of symptoms.
I see. It doesn't sound like the CDC moratorium would have any effect on your case, and it sounds like your unemployment occurred prior to COVID being. You said December of last year. Is that correct?
Yes, and even with that, I still tried applying places, and I literally barely just got a job. I barely landed a job working at a warehouse just the other day.
I see. Unfortunately, I feel for your situation. Unfortunately, I don't see any legal way around proceeding with the eviction. The judgment will be for the $7,800 of back rent and plus the $223 of court costs. And the bond for appeal will be set at $650.
Okay.
And I do applaud you for seeking to take care of this and to clear this up. And I wish you the very best. Thank you.
What exactly does that mean, like the bond and all that? Because I didn't know. I don't really understand what that means.
It means that if you choose to appeal within the next 5 days, to appeal this case to a higher court, that you would file a $650 bond with the court to go to proceed on to the next court.
Okay, yes, sir. And also I don't tell a lot of people my business really, and I have an interview today also just so I can get a second job that's both going to be full time for the one I just got hired for, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get hired at this job that I have an interview for here in about a couple of hours. And I'm thinking around the time I'm going to pay everything back, I would say maybe 3-4 months.
That's commendable, sir. And if you can work that out with the landlords, your current landlords, then that would be very good. As it stands right now, unless you file a bond for appeal, you must be out within 5 days.
A bond, okay.
Okay. And with that, we are completed this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
All right, the next one is Paul. And I don't, it's 351.
It's the state trust.
Mhm.
Okay, Christian.
Mr. Garrett, can you hear me? There you are. Can you hear me? Oh, hold on.
Automatically.
There you go.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay.
So I have you on for Christian Xavier Pena. And then you and I will talk after lunch about the other case.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking those are the ones that are going to need to be delayed because of the COVID stuff.
That's what I thought, that trend. I thought when you said that name, I thought that was a COVID one.
Yeah, I think I've got a couple that are that way.
Okay, yeah, and they would have normally had a court date today, but because they extended it, I have to extend them. So.
Right. Okay. All right.
And
So
Christian Xavier Pena is not on with us today. He's not on.
Correct.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
okay. He's still there, and while we are trying to work with him, he owes $1,255 as of today. His rent was due on the first, late on after the second, and excuse me. Like I said, he still has a balance, but I explained to him that we were going to go ahead and go forward with eviction procedures, just so that in case he decided he wasn't going to continue to pay, that we didn't have to go through this again.
Okay.
And so
I'm showing a monthly rent of $750. Is that correct?
that is correct.
And you are seeking the $1,255?
Yes.
Okay. Then I am awarding.
It's all rent. That's not late charges.
Okay, good. Then I'm awarding the judgment of $1,255 and setting the bond at $750.
Okay.
Signing that today, January 12th, 2021.
As I told him, I said, I really hope he gets it cleared up and can stay, and we don't have to go further with this, but you never know.
Right. Okay. Then with that, we are finished this morning. Thank you.
Okay. Have a great afternoon. And Savannah, I'll see you this afternoon.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. You bring over Ebony Walker. I can take care of this one real quick for you.
Hello, Miss Walker. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do show that you did turn in a CDC declaration. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so the reason for the continuance from your previous court date was to give you time to turn that in. So you won't actually have to do anything for court today. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to reset it. If once they decide if they're going to extend the moratorium or not, then I will get you set for court after that. So right now we're looking at February if they don't extend it again, and we'll call you back into court to go over and review your case and see if you've paid up with the landlord or if they're still wanting to proceed with the eviction.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
And then up here, Bryce Thompson. Look at that case for me.
What is it?
Mr. Thompson, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Thompson.
How are you going?
We're good. Thank you for your patience this morning. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I'm not showing that Teresa Robertson has shown up today. And I know that we did a continuance through today due to giving her time to turn in a CDC declaration.
Okay.
And I'm not showing that she has done that. So I'm going to go ahead and let the judge take over from here, okay?
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Thompson, let's see, I don't see a docket sheet on this, but let's see. You are seeking to evict Teresa Robertson from 5709 Fordham Street, Unit B. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And I'm showing a monthly rent of $995. Is that correct?
Yes.
And how much are you seeking in unpaid rent?
Well, now it's at 4,470.
And that is rent alone, no late fees or any other charges. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Tell me that number again, 4,400?
And $70. Yes. And that's 6 months of rent minus $1,500 that she has paid.
I see, okay. And since no CDC declaration has been filed, then this was continued from 12/29, so we will go ahead and grant that eviction today. And the amount of the judgment is for $44.70 plus the court costs, and the bond is set at $995, and I'm signing that today, January 12th, 2021.
Okay.
And Mr. Thompson, I believe I do have email correspondence from you, correct?
Yes, we have emailed some.
Okay. I will email you a copy of the judgment.
Okay.
Okay. Then go ahead, Matt. Go ahead, sir.
So how does it work from here? Does she have a certain day she has to be out by, or?
She has a 5-day right to appeal. If she puts the bond with the court of $990, then she could file an appeal. If not, then she must be out within 5 days.
Okay.
Any further questions?
I guess that's all for me. Is it basically pay the unpaid rent or be evicted, or is there any,
No, it's basically the eviction proceeds and the defendant still owes the amount of back rent and has a judgment against them for that amount of back rent.
okay,
But she must be out by the 5th day. If after that you can seek a writ of possession.
okay,
Okay.
all righty.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Feel free to tell them to call me later. Sometimes
Oh.
their questions are a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just try to do a little PR work every once in a while.
Gabriel Ortiz.
Yes.
Okay, I need you to mute all of your background noise because no one's going to be able to hear anyone speak.
Yes, ma'am. I'm an electrician for Brandon Clark. I own this property since I was about 25 years old.
No, sir. I'm just the court clerk, and I just need you to make sure that you don't have any background noise.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can close this out. I got you on speaker. And let's see if I can turn it off.
Okay. And Angelina, can you hear me also?
Yes.
Okay. I do have you both on with the judge for the eviction case, and he's going to take it from here.
Okay. And have both of you been sworn in this morning?
No, sir.
No.
Okay. If you'll both raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
I do.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Ortiz, you are seeking to evict Angelina Deanda?
Yes, sir.
And on what
Yes,
grounds?
Your Honor.
On what grounds are you seeking the eviction?
Well, she's behind she owes $2,000 as of today.
I see. And that I'm showing a monthly rent of $600. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And the amount that she is behind, and this is rent only,
Yes, rent only.
is $2,000.
No late fees.
No late fees.
Yeah, no late fees. I didn't charge her any for all the times that she was late. So
Okay. So you are requesting $2,000.
yes.
And Miss Angelina, would you have a defense this morning?
Yes, I do. I can provide you with my employer, his name and number, and he had to close down his business due to the COVID, so I wasn't able to work. I didn't have no employment, and I let Gabriel Ortiz know about this, and then whatever money I was able to get, and I did seek out the Catholic charities to make a payment, but we recently started work again, and the most hours I've been able to get is 20 in a week, because the type of job I do, I'm a fabricator, and I work for a marble shop, and so we go into people's houses and install marble, and due to this COVID, we haven't been able to go into people's houses. And our biggest contract that we had was with the Carillon House, the old folks' home.
Ma'am, are you aware of the CDC declaration?
Yes, but it also, yes, I have that right here in front of me, but it says that I wasn't able not to go in. I don't know how to, okay, because I wasn't working. I don't even have a cell phone. I'm borrowing my neighbor's cell phone right now because I got served these papers. So I know I need to email Or is that what it says to email it in, all the information?
You can either email or you can physically bring it to the, here to the courthouse.
Okay, so I have another paper showing me that it says there's physical attendance in the courtroom, will not be allowed. So I thought that meant like don't go, that it wasn't open.
No, you can come to our office, obviously, and turn that declaration in. So
Okay.
I am going to I'm going to delay this until after the end of January, because our CDC declaration runs out the end of January. And
Okay.
so we will delay this case until then.
Okay.
Okay. If you file the CDC declaration, I'm doing this based on a pending CDC declaration.
Okay.
And
Your Honor,
yes, sir.
I was gonna say that, I mean, she had lost her job she told me then, like in May or something, and she didn't make a payment at the end. I mean, she was behind all this time that she's been with me, and I worked with her, and she made $200 payments, $400 payments, and, it's just, she's always been behind, and I understand, everybody having problems with the COVID and stuff, but I mean, she made no effort to anymore to try to catch up, and that's why I was trying to see what we could do to correct this.
Well, I would caution you, Angelina, that if you can make any partial payments, those are required under the CDC guidelines.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the total amount of rent will be due after the CDC moratorium expires. So you will need to make preparation to pay that in full.
Okay.
Eviction will proceed as soon as the moratorium is over. The eviction will proceed. So that answers the questions for both of you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you very much. We're finished with that this morning.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Lubbock Properties, 416.
James needs it over there because he's a guard dog. I don't need him over here.
Hello, ma'am.
I don't want him. Ready? What? Your phone.
Hello?
Hello, ma'am. I do have you on with the judge. Right now, we're going to do the case with Joshua Eric Hayes.
I'm sorry. You're what?
We're going to start with Joshua Eric Hayes.
Yes.
Joshua Eric Hayes.
Can you hear me?
He's not here. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Mr. Hayes, I can hear you.
Okay.
And ma'am, I'm sorry, you're going to have to remind me of your name.
Marie Langston.
Marie Langston.
Okay. All right, just make sure you keep your background noise to a non-existent because it will drown everyone else out. Okay, and just make sure you're taking turns speaking once the judge asks you, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
This is Lance.
Yes.
For, and have both of you been sworn in this morning? Are both of you sworn in?
No.
No.
No. Okay. If you'll raise your right hand.
No.
Raise your right hand.
Do you
Yes.
swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
I do.
Okay, thank you. Then, Ms. Langston, you are seeking to evict Mr. Joshua, Eric,
Yes,
okay. And I am showing a monthly rent of $945. Is that correct?
yes.
And on what grounds are you seeking this eviction?
He just doesn't pay.
Okay.
He,
And how much are you seeking in back rent? And this is back rent alone.
well, that's for December. That's not January.
You are seeking December and January then currently, is that correct?
Yes,
And that would be $1,890. Is that correct?
yes, sir. And of course, there'll be late fees added to that.
He doesn't care about those.
No,
But you don't need that.
No, you can't put any late fees on there, just the back rent alone. Okay?
Yeah, that's what, you're right.
Okay, Mr. Hayes, do you have a defense?
Yes. No, sir. I got a little behind and I tried to get caught up. I missed a couple of payments and I went back down there to try to talk to them, and they're giving me just a little bit more time to get caught up. And she had initially said yes. And then they asked me for a trailer that wasn't mine to give for collateral. And the next day she came back and told me she just wanted me to move out.
Okay, and so you acknowledge that you are behind the $1,890 in back rent.
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Then I have no choice but to proceed with the eviction this morning. And the judgment is for the $1,890 plus the court costs. Bond is set at $945. That's bond for appeal. And I am signing that today, January 12th, 2020. Any questions?
Yes, sir. What I don't understand what happens next.
You must, you technically are evicted as of today. You must be out of the residence within 5 days.
5 days. Okay.
And if there are no other questions, then we are finished this morning.
Thank you.
Oh, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Langston, stay on the phone, please. Ms. Langston, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, stay on the phone. You also have a case against James Rogers.
yes.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and proceed with that one. I do not show that James Rogers showed for court this morning.
I'm sorry, what?
James Rogers did not show up
Yes.
today, so you're just going to talk to the judge about that case.
He's here.
He's here. He's here at our house. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then I'll just let you proceed with the judge from here. Just make sure you're not speaking over each other, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then Mr. Rogers, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand to be sworn in this morning. You'll raise your
Yes,
right
sir.
hand, please. You solemnly swear
Got it.
to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Then Miss Langston, you are seeking to evict Mr. Rogers,
Yes.
Yes,
and I'm showing a monthly rent of $1,231 per month.
yes.
And on what grounds are you seeking this eviction?
Just that he doesn't pay.
Okay. And how much in
no,
back, sir, hold on just a moment. How much in back rent are you seeking? This is back rent alone?
All right, be $13.45.50 if for this month for in December.
And how much is that?
Be $13.45. Let's see, just a minute. It's $13.61 for up to December, and then he'll have January.
And that is just monthly rent alone.
Yes,
And that's 13.
that's what he's behind.
And he was behind some in November also then, you're saying?
So,
There's some from November, and then let's see, November had a balance of 5,486, and then he added December,
I see. So the total is the 1,300 and what? 61?
61, 1361.
Okay, $1,361 is the back rent.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Mr. Rogers, do you have a defense this morning?
I'm just waiting to hear. I filed for that. I'd gotten the corona and got laid off and blah blah blah, and then I filed for that rental assistance thing. She filled out her paperwork and I filled out mine. We're just waiting to get the money. She said it was going to take like 45 days. So I've done the rental assistance through the stimulus thing for the corona, but it hadn't come in yet. So we're just waiting on that.
Have you filed a CDC declaration?
Sir, say that again.
Have you filed the CDC declaration?
What's that? I just filed with the housing in Lubbock County. They gave me the application and she filled it out and turned hers in, and then I filled mine out and turned it in. They said it was that stimulus, rental assistance for the stimulus package or whatever because I had the corona.
Right. It sounds like you are eligible under the CDC declaration. That's a moratorium.
Yeah,
that's a declaration.
That's what the lady says. She told me I was, but it hadn't got here yet.
What the declaration has to be filed with our court. Otherwise, we can proceed with the eviction. I'm going to delay this. I'm going to delay this pending the CDC declaration. You must file that with the court. You have a copy of it that was with your papers. If you don't have a copy, you can come to the courthouse, come to our office, and get a copy of that.
All right, and I just come to the courthouse office and tell them I need a what again? CDC.
You need to file the CDC declaration.
All right, I can go down there. I can get down there today and do that. And then I'm gonna work. I can give her some money today. I can give her like $200 a day and then $300 Friday. That's why I was always going to do this. Then I was going to talk to her, see if I could work something out with all of that and to hold off until the stimulus check got here.
Okay.
Because I got a 16-year-old daughter. It's due in like 3 weeks. I'm just scared I'm going to move right in the middle of her pregnancy.
Right. I feel for everyone involved in these situations. And
I owe them money. I mean, I'm not trying to get out of what I owe them. I owe them. It's just you know what I mean? It happened. It's not I'm trying to get out of owing them. I owe them, and I understand their reasoning.
Right. And I thank you for that, and I thank you for making the partial payments as you can. The CDC declaration expires on January 31st, and so
yes, sir.
You must be able to catch up at that point in time. Otherwise, eviction proceedings will go forward after that.
Yes, sir. So get her caught up go file that paper and then get her caught up by the 31st.
That's correct.
And then when that paper, because that thing was talking about it, I don't know how many months it covers or whatever. Will that still, I still keep going forward with that and that'll just cover her?
Yes, absolutely. You keep going with that because the total amount of money that you owe will be owed after the moratorium expires. So,
yes, sir.
Okay. If there's nothing further, then I think we're finished this morning. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Langston, you do have one more case.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, we've got Johnny Freeman. I'm going to bring him over.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Freeman, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do have, okay, I'm going to need you to either take us off speakerphone or do something to get rid of all the background noise.
Yeah, see what I can do. Is that any better, ma'am?
Yes, if you have background noise, it's going to drown out whoever's talking. Okay, so just be careful.
Okay.
But I do have you on the line here with Ms. Langston from Lubbock Properties and with the judge, and he's going to take it from here.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Bye. Okay.
And Ms. Langston, you are seeking to evict Johnny Freeman, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And I'm not showing the monthly rent amount. What is the monthly rent?
It's $640.
$640. And on what grounds are you seeking the eviction this morning?
Well, he doesn't pay on time, or he's behind quite a bit,
Okay.
and I just can't handle that all the time. I got bills too.
I understand. And Mr. Freeman, do you have a defense this morning?
Yes, sir. I've called and checked everywhere I can, sir. I'm trying to get a job at City Bus. I'm working for Kelly Services, and I'm on a 90-day probation period. I'm fixing to get hired on for City Bus, I'm pretty sure, and that's a lot better money. And the holidays, I don't get paid for the holidays, and it's been killing me. And I paid them all I could when I could, and then when I missed a week, and then I didn't pay them the amount that I told them I'd pay them. This makes them mad, and I understand they get mad, and I don't blame them at all.
Have you filed?
But I'm trying my darndest, sir. And
yes.
I've exhausted every, sir.
Yes. Have you filed a CDC declaration?
I'm exhausted. I've tried to go to all of the little entities in town that say they'll help you with your rent, and they've exhausted their funds, they say.
Yes, I can.
Until,
have you filed a CDC declaration with our court?
I did fax one of those over.
Okay, you did fax it over. Okay, then.
Yes, sir. And I gave Miss Langston one.
You have made attempts to pay at least partial rent during this.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, I have. But now, when I got the eviction papers, I haven't gave them any money since I got the eviction papers. I'm prepared to give them some money on Thursday, but okay. I know they're tired of working with me, and I'm trying to find a place to put a camping trailer, and I've got that in the works, but I have yet to find a place. They said the people my trailer's too old for one thing, and other than that, I'm trying, and I don't have no way to move it anyway. I don't have no way to. If I had to leave that house today, I'd have to walk out on the curb.
Okay, that's I understand that, sir. With the CDC declaration having been filed, then we are delaying this until after the moratorium is over. Right now, that's scheduled to end on January 31st. You would need at that point to catch up on your rent completely, be caught up on your rent completely, or face the eviction hearing at that point in time. I wish you the very best with that. You have a little bit of extra time here because of the moratorium, and I hope that things will work out for you.
Okay, now, should I go ahead and give them what money I can?
Yes.
Until then?
Yes, you need to give them whatever money that you can before then. That's correct.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, then I'll plan on giving them money then Thursday. I get direct deposit my check, and so when I come home Thursday, I will have money in hand to give them some.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is it over?
Yes, we are finished.
Okay, we're going to 429, 430, and 431.
Hello, Mr. Lane.
Yes.
You're representing the ranch, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to bring over the defendant that I do show for y'all, which is Jay Vargas.
Okay.
Do that one first. Let's give him a minute to let his system connect to the audio.
Okay.
If you'd like, while we're waiting on his audio to connect, we can go ahead and proceed with the Daniel O'Toole case, case number 429.
Do you have the Daniel O'Toole case?
Yes.
Okay. I'm showing a monthly rent of $610. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And on what grounds are you seeking the eviction?
Rent.
And how much in back rent alone are you seeking?
It is 2,440.
Okay. And you're not aware of a CDC declaration being filed or pending?
Correct.
Okay. And I am proceeding with the eviction this morning. The judgment will be for the $2,440. The bond for appeal is set at $610, and I am signing that today, January 12th, 2021. Okay.
And the next one we're going to do is case number 430 for Victoria Bear.
Okay, and then you are seeking to evict Victoria Bear?
Yes, sir.
I'm showing a monthly rent of $409. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And how much in back rent is the grounds for eviction that you are seeking back rent?
$1,636.
Okay. 1,000, say that again?
1,636.
Okay. And she has not appeared this morning, so let's see. I'm setting the bond at $409. The judgment is for $1,636 plus the court costs, and I'm signing that today, January 12th, 2021. And that one is completed.
Mr. Vargas, can you hear me? Jay Vargas, can you hear me? Mr. J. Vargas, can you hear me? Mr. J. Vargas, can you hear me? Mr. Vargas, can you hear me? He's getting his earbuds. Give him a second. Mr. Vargas, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
I do have you on with the judge and with Travis Lane, who's representing the Ranch Apartments, and the judge.
Okay.
Hello, this is Lance Consino. I'm Justice of the Peace here in Precinct 4. Have both of you been sworn in this morning?
I don't believe so.
Okay. If you'll raise your right hand, both of you. You solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Lane, you are seeking to evict Jay Vargas. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And the reason for the eviction?
Rent, unpaid rent in the amount of $1,596.
$1,596.
Yes, sir.
And I'm showing a monthly rent of $399. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Vargas, do you have a defense this morning?
I guess mine was I was making weekly payments, and I guess all my when having work getting cut in half because of the lack of work and not being able to work in the hospitals because of roommates having corona and being exposed to it, not being able to work. It also put back, I guess, trying to catch up with that, and then trying to get, I guess, help with trying to get loans and try to get paydays and not being able to get approved for those.
Have
get
you
caught up.
Have you been able to make any partial payments during this time?
Yes, sir. I've been trying to do every week. I did one last week. I did one on the 2nd. The 11th, that check was not even like 150, and then they had to go partially to a car payment. But all September, I've been doing that. I've been trying to get caught up as much as I possibly can with little work I've been trying to get.
Okay. Have you filed a CDC declaration with the court?
I wasn't really sure about what that was.
Okay. The CDC declaration is a moratorium that has been placed on all evictions until January 31st. If it can be shown that the reason for lack of payment has been COVID related.
Sir.
So and of course there are a few other requirements on there that you've been making partial payments and that you've been seeking rental assistance.
Yes, sir.
And, it sounds like you are eligible for the CDC declaration.
Okay.
File that with the court. What that will do is that will only delay this proceeding.
Yes, sir.
Until after the moratorium is over. After the moratorium ends, then the total amount of rent that is owed will be due in full, and you will face eviction at that point in time.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yes, sir. So I have to. Is it online, or would I have to go up to the court offices?
You'll need to actually file that. You can email that or fax it to the court, but you have a copy of it in the papers that you were served.
Yes, sir. The one where I had to sign?
Yes. If you can't find those, you can always come to the courthouse and get a copy.
I have it scanned and saved in my phone. I wasn't sure how I would show that with this.
Yes, you can talk with our clerk, and she will help you with that.
Okay.
I am delaying this then until after the moratorium.
Okay.
Any further questions?
Not from me, no, sir.
Okay. And Mr. Lane?
No, sir.
Okay. Do we have anything further with Mr. Lane? Okay, thank you, Mr. Lane.
Thank you.
This is not one of those cases. I don't
Oh, it's
know.
not.
Mr. and Mrs. Phillips, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for patiently waiting. Now, what property is trying to evict you?
Linwood Townhomes.
Okay, and Mrs. Phillips, you said prior you had a different last name?
Correct. Brent and I were married in 2018, and I had signed the lease under my last name of Murbach before then.
Okay, because I don't have one for you guys right now. Brent, let me see that. Hold on. What's that case number on the top?
File number 2020-625433.
It must be coming in.
Okay, they did a dismissal on that one.
Okay. We were told that there was a dismissal filed, but we never got told if they actually dismissed it yet or if it's gotten rescheduled.
Oh, yeah, no, usually when a landlord sends in a dismissal, we automatically dismiss. There's not usually any like delay or, we don't continue with court after that. But I do appreciate y'all's patience and hanging on this morning so I can get that figured out for you.
No problem. Thank you.
It gives us extra time to try to get some assistance because when we called legal aid to try to get a lawyer, they're the ones who told us about some of the other places we didn't know about to try to get some help with all this. So,
Right.
yeah,
but it looks
hopefully this will work out on its own.
Go ahead and dismiss the case. So if they wanted to evict you, they would have to come up here and refile, and you would get served again by the constable.
Okay.
Okay. Any further questions this morning?
No, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
You too.